Hello everybody and welcome once again to Armored Warfare. And today, well, what are we going to do today? Today we're going to look at TDs. And I'm going to talk about, well, if I say TDs, the first thing that comes to your mind of course is the Centaur 120. That's the TD in Armored Warfare. Or even Typhoon maybe. But still, the Lav-600 doesn't get so much love. So that's why I did this feature. I'm going to show to you the pros and cons of the Lav-600 and the Centaur 120. And you see already right from the start, I'm trying to angle myself in this little overwatch position to get the best side shots on almost every tank, and I got spotted once away and I get focused down by RT. So immediately already a lot of gear is broken, but never mind, the game is still young, so we simply gonna stand a little bit back, take more space and go through with the action, because the only thing you will do from this location is pump and grind. Simply put as much shells out as possible and damage and destroy as much tanks as possible. And that's a good position for this. And I will play the Centaur in exactly the same map and exactly the same positions as I am doing with the Lav. Anyway, what I noticed already from, well, early beginnings when I was playing the Lav and the Centaur both, that the Centaur of Lav is more sturdy. It's not so nimble as the Centaur. Great engine power. The Lav lacks engine power. You will also see that later in this game. But first I'm simply going to do a lot of damage to the enemy, because that's what you're for. Stand behind the MBTs and shoot the living crap out of other tanks, simply in an overwatch position. Don't go yodeling off driving around the battlefield with because you have no armor whatsoever. So simple, the big tanks will simply knock you out with even 2, maybe 3 shots. Your game is over. Anyway, simply trying to, with the Lav I have to maneuver a lot to get the right position. I had that less with the Centaur 120, but that we will talk about the Centaur later. Anyway, Perseus is quite a tough cookie if you don't play it correctly. And I'm not the only one who says that. Even Armored Warfare did a feature on this on their website about how to play Perseus. What a lot of people do, they simply go to the second cap and run too fast to the third cap. What you do there, you trigger the cap and suddenly you have tanks on the second cap and you have tanks on the third cap. So that's not really ideal, and especially if you are a full crew of 5 team members, then it's okay. But if you already are diminished and you are only the 4 of you or the 3 of you, then it's almost really not done. Anyway, I'm here shooting at everything that moves, and that's simply what I have to do. You see, I have an aim time of 5.2 seconds, and I have to tell you honestly, I don't even have a fully trained crew. They are up to, I think, 3, and that is also, well, my Centaur 120 I have at 5, so that's a little advantage that the Centaur has. But anyway, you see here I have to move to this side, because someone was not clever enough who drove immediately already to cap number 2. So that's why there are now a lot of tanks at cap number 2. And I simply pick off and shoot and simply do as much damage as possible and kill as much tanks as possible. I'm already at 7 kills. If you can see, we have 1 RT in our team, an Ariete, that's a good tank, a Leopard 2, also a decent tank. And we have another Centaur 120. He didn't do any kills yet, but he's probably also in Overwatch somewhere. what I also noticed that this gun aims quite rapidly in comparison to the Centaur, but a lot of shots went nowhere, and that's a little bit all over the game at this moment a little bit. I had a game in my striker in the 1128, the MGS, and fired 3 shots at the turret of a Leopard side, the side wing, and that you can pen, and simply the shell disappeared, so ghost shells. And it's not only well with the striker, but it's also with a lot of other vehicles. I had it even with my Armata, with my tier 10 Russian main battle tank. Simple shots simply disappear, and on places where it should penetrate. Anyway, as a warrior, tricky to penetrate. Front, back is the sides are difficult. Turret easy to penetrate. So better shoot heat. I have always heat shells with me, but if you want to do a comparison, you should actually only shoot AP, because to all fairness, one AP shell is not the other AP. Heat shell is not the other heat shell. There are always differences in it. I penetrate with my heat shell the rear of the Challenger. That's also quite unusual, but well, at least I'm now taking out the warrior, who is also a tough cookie if you not know where to hit him. Sides very well armored. The front and the back and the turret itself you can quite easily penetrate. Now I have to move now with my Lav, and trying to, and it really moves so what can I say, it's not really slowly, and it's not, doesn't have the nimbleness as the Centaur has. And I'm here even getting into trouble, and I have to use my field rebuild kit to help me out of trouble. And immediately put the hurt on the M8, well, such hated M8 Thunderbolt, the tank that shoots even through tier 10 frontal tanks. So it's, well, anyway, another hotfix is coming, another little patch is coming, 0.16 if I'm correctly, and there will be some changes, and again some PvE maps will be added, I think 2, and little people were whispering that is coming a new tier 8 TD premium, will be in the sold as a premium, and the Merkava will be buffed, because they will simply make the Merkava the 2D, and that's the version that has composite armor. So that's not really a buff, but simply it's more fair towards the other vehicles, because most new tank designs have composite armor. Anyway, I'm trying to get on to this location, and that's also something that I'm going to do with exactly the same position with the Centaur, but I lack the engine power to get up here. I simply don't, and I have of course some troubles, and some wheels have, but simply I should have the power. I cannot even get up, and I cannot even get up here, and that's an ideal Overwatch position for the Lav or any TD. So simply I have to do this, but I just have the edge of the building, so I want to go down and then simply position myself and give proper cover. We have to hold the cap for 2.5 minutes. Well, that's not such a difficult. I have already 15 kills and did already almost 17,000 damage, so that's not bad actually. Well, this position is a little bit better. Again, I don't have the elevation, so I am really not, and this is a little bit the disadvantage of the Lav. It's not as flexible. It doesn't play as, it doesn't feel good, different. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad vehicle, it's not a bad TD, it's a good TD, But it's also, well, it has always this doubt, you know, this not right, not exactly the right thing, or so I am simply doing what I have to do. I do my responsibilities, and I see that we are only the Leopard 2 and me are here, and of course our RT, who is doing his utmost best to provide cover and shoot up and simply provide as much cover as possible. Well, I have to go down, so that means that I will get spotted any second now. And there's the Merkava 2B. So think of this, it will be the 2D. So that's well talked about. Again, a BMP3. I will also come with a series. I have it already actually prepared. The BMP3M and the BMD for both tier 7. And we're gonna do a standoff, like versus what I did last time with the BMP, with the tier 5 and the tier 6, and now the tier 7s. Anyway, Merkava, take him. Frontally I cannot penetrate him, he has too good armor. And there he goes. Let's see, we have 24 seconds going. I am spotted, so I have now 22,000 damage done. Well, 18 kills. That's not bad at all. Let's see. And you do lower damage rolls than a Centaur 120. And let's see. Oh, that's it. We won. Okay, we got it. I was afraid that we would not get it. So, okay, that's the first game. The Lav-600. Let's see what we did on the results. You already saw it. It did 18 kills, so you get the beautiful medal with the skull. And probably also the blue star. Highest reputation done. Yeah, exactly. Shooter. Oh, sorry, my chat thing was open. Shooter, 18 kills, 11,800 spotting damage, 23,238, 19 spotted, 18 kills, 11 damaged or assisting damage. Now, you see, you can always look this through. You know, simply look back, pause it, and you can look on your own. And I only made 174,000 credits, 14,000 reputation, raw reputation, of course. So not bad at all. But of course, we will stack it up against the Centaur 120. And what will the Centaur do? Yeah, it's not a bad TD. Honestly, it's not. But let's look at the Centaur. Same map, same position. Let's see.
Sorry to drag you through the forest, Blackhawk.
And in this game I have got 2 Bradleys, a Centaur, tier 6 even, and an M1 Abrams, tier 7. So here I am trying to get myself also in position, and okay, I settle for this. It's fine by me. I'm already spotted. I don't know how. Well, anyway, let's get up here and yep. Okay, Leopard 2. Let's focus on him. Let's take him out first. Okay, Thunderbolt. And simply keep firing. The Bradley's doing their jobs. Excellent gun actually on the Bradley autocannon. I think maybe even the best one in the game yet. But we talked already about that. Still now, let's wreck some tanks. And this baby really sings. This gun sings. That sounds maybe very funny, but somehow it does more damage. So 755, 700 always, and then I didn't even start using the heat even. So, continuing.
Identify target.
And Abrams tank. No, just behind the rock. Here's the superior. Bradley. Well, what should I do? Take first a Bradley because he can hurt me. And take him out. And there comes the Abrams. See, and that's something a little bit I get annoyed about, that you have 25 hit points left. So we will shoot. Hardly no one will shoot the 25 hit points. No, beat it. So I'm going to look. I'm going to check. What can I do now? Shall I go over the edge? Shall I go down?
Hostile tank.
Well, oh, still coming. So 840 with my heat. That's what I mean. 741. Well, that's a little bit low roll for heat. And another one. Okay, that's 353. And 641. Also low roll for heat.
Don't let your guard down, Black Company.
Okay, let's
Enemy spotted at the southern silo.
simply.
Get ready to cross the river.
Okay, let's move down. Okay, here is already the Centaur, the B1. That's a tier 6 variant, and this is of course a tier 7. And I want to get down, and as you can see, I am a lousy driver. Well, first do this. You see a little bit, the Centaur has a little bit longer aim time and a reload time of 5.97. So the Lav is faster with reloading. So, but the Centaur does more damage per shot, and that's almost, if I'm correctly, 50% more damage. Am I correct? 50, 30. Excuse me. 30 something percent more per shot. So, and most of the shot penetrate. So the shell is better. Shell type is better. And it can go faster. The Centaur can even, I can get it even lower. So I have to adjust some settings or retrain my crew. But why should I? It's for me it's enough. The striker I have down to 4.8 second reload time. That's really absurd. But also has a lower alpha damage per shot than the Centaur 120. It's not bad, it's very good actually, the striker. But this baby does an epic amount of damage per shot. So, okay, position myself. Of course, the gun depression is not good. It's the same as with the Lav and the same as with the striker. But that's not what it's for. It shoots simply on medium to long range sniping mode and simply taking out tanks. And I mean really taking out tanks. Because this baby rocks hard and hits hard. And I shoot, but Stingray is taken out. See, and those are wasted shots. 718. The T-72A, the rear,
There will be more coming.
is simply, sorry, excuse me, that was my telephone. I have a new telephone and I don't know how all the buttons yet work. So, excuse me for that.
Heads up, Black Company. Enemy intel and recon drops are in the area.
Okay, let's go to the second objective, or let's say position. What I just showed you in the Lav, I'm going to take to the same location with the Centaur. And now you will see what I meant. It goes up and without any troubles you drive to the top. And this is the position what I was talking about. This is Overwatch. And I have to go a little bit further And go down a little bit here. And then simply put it down here. Yes. And okie dokie. A little bit further. That I am. Yep. And let's see. No, let's. There they come. First shot. Bounce. Ricochet. Bounced off. Okay. Hit. Okay. The famous looking. Okay, you cannot find the hit spot. Move on to the next target. Because there always will be an opportunity. Now check again. You see here is a steep and can I get it? I don't know. Let's see. Yep. 168. Take him out. Okay, Terminator 2. Up. Take him out. Experimental tank. Expeditionary tank. Excuse me. Take him out. Okay, those are behind the hill. Cannot reach them. Go move on. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, nice, nicely. 880 for the warrior. And what I told you, front, back, top, you can penetrate. Sides, don't shoot. Or just above, just below the turret, you can hit. And again, another expeditionary tank. They have really no armor. But I don't want to switch constantly shells, so I simply fire what is at hand at the moment, and that's AP. And yesterday at the game in my striker, I simply ran out of ammo. I really ran out of ammo and had refilled 2 times. But anyway, that's BMP3. Take him out, and the Leopard 2A6. Okay, that's a fat cookie, and it's a lot of hit points, a lot of damage, and simply let the gun sing. And you see immediately it aims quite fast. I thought it was slower as the Lav, but it's actually even faster, I think. And this is of course the Wolf version, so I have a fully trained crew, and and the Lav didn't have a fully trained crew, but I don't think it will matter so much. It's also the vehicle. And a lot of you hate the Lav-600. Well, I don't say hate, but if you have played the Centaur 120 and the Striker, then you are spoiled. Of course you will not like the Lav-600. Anyway, simply moving on, and you see already my damage roll. I've got 13 kills and 28,355 damage, and that's already way more than I had in the previous game. Simply Abrams. Also, well, it's an iconic tank, the Abrams of course, but it's not one of my favorites. I found the armor quite weak of the tier 8 version, then I have to tell you. The M1A1, that's really weak armor, and the gun doesn't perform as I hoped for in comparison to the Russian and even other tier 8s. The Ariete performs much better than the M1A1 in my world, in my opinion. Oh guys, this was it already, and let's check these stats, because we took already, you can see it already, a lot of damage we did, but I want to have the final count. What did we do? Let me see. Waiting. And actually we did yesterday evening, we played some PvP in our challenge. Oh, hold on. That's okay. Okay, most things earned. Yeah, great. 18 kills. No, what is it? 15 kills, 16 assists, 30,922 damage done, 11 spotted, 3,751. That's base reputation. Very nice. Actually very good. So, what's my opinion of these two vehicles? Well, I'm not gonna say the Lav is bad, because it isn't. Is the Centaur so good? Yes, it is. It is a really good machine. And for those of you who still doubt after seeing this video, simply try it out. Play it. It's your own feeling. Maybe you find the Lav-600 much better suited for you. You see, you can do an epic amount of damage with it, but the Centaur 120 is simply better in all, and also the gun, of course. It has a higher caliber gun, but also it fires so rapidly and so accurate. You know, I choose, of course, in this case, it goes very easy in the Centaur 120. Lav-600, also nice tank, but it's not the same. Tier for tier, the Centaur better. If you want to choose, go for the Centaur 120, but of course you want to have the striker. Yeah, then sadly you have to go for both. So anyway, guys, I hope you have, you found this a little bit educative. You have something on this of my opinion, my mind, or my thought picking process. I was doing this and I thought, you know what, make an item out of it and show you guys two almost identical games, but with two completely different vehicles. Anyway, guys, this was it for today. I hope you liked it, and now take care of yourself, have a good weekend, and talk to you soon.